I have a confession to make. As the Shire grows, my memory is failing. Just this morning I realised I have absolutely no idea when I planted this avocado tree. I forgot to check the duck's water and what type of sweet potato was buried here. I would have to guess. Winston, the biggest threat to a growing homestead isn't the heat or the pests, it's forgetting. The real irony is I planted Brahmi, sage and thyme specifically to boost my memory.
We have Brahmi for cognitive function, sage for wisdom, and thyme to boost the memory.
The grand permaculture design was to harvest these daily to keep my mind sharp. The reality, I completely forgot to water them and I forget to eat them. It turns out that you cannot outgarden a forgetful brain.
In permaculture, we call the human mind and our personal energy zone 00. If zone 00 is chaotic, the rest of the zones fall apart. Today, we are capturing that chaos and building the memory of the land. We are crafting the Shire Almanac. Grab your tea, join the fellowship, and let's bring some order to the green.
The Almanac is built in 3 layers. The first being the deep history. This is the master ledger. It is a simple living document where the long-term memory of the property is kept safe. It tells me that the pawpaw pumpkins in Zone 1 are a 60-year-old heirloom family seed. It tells me that the avocado down on the bottom swale is seed grown and not grafted rootstock. If I don't write down the lineage of Uncle Vic's seeds, that history risks being completely lost.
In the morning light, I list my hopes, my dreams, to plant some Brahmi, sage and thyme, not as...
It tracks rhythms too. I noted that the subtropical garlic, the Glen Large, was planted in March. This isn't just data. This is the story of Placid Hills, written in plants, soil and rain. But you can't carry your laptop into the mud. So this brings us to the heartbeat of the property. One last thing, hold on to all your identification tags that you get from your plants. They have all the information that you need to enter into your master ledger. This is the command center, the Ranger's map, or as I like to call it, the Shire Reckoning. We don't do schedules or rigid daily lists here. We track the natural rhythms. The board is divided into 3. The long view, which is the big picture, the moon's labour, the monthly tasks, and the hoard, yields and processing.
Like dew on morning grass, forgot to tend to Brahmi, it just withered oh so fast. Oh, the Shire grows tall, but my memories in bloom. Forgot to water my gardens, left them thirsty in the room. Each card a funny reminder.
It holds the big picture. For example, under fellowship, I know Saturday morning is park run. My whole family runs. My wife, my adult kids, right up to my mum and dad who are in their 80s and 70s. So the board reminds me no heavy lifting or heavy work on Fridays. That way I can save all my energy for the run.
I'm like whispers in the night, I'll eat them, I will for...
It tracks the alchemy too. A quick note reminds me to make some delicious honey mead on Tuesday and to freeze the bananas that we harvested from this week. I check this board once a week. I'll wipe away the victories and then set the compass up for the next 7 days.
Monthly tasks shamble like turtles in a race. While the Shire grows bigger, I'm still finding my...
The final layer of the almanac lives out in the field. These are the guild cards, your daily memory. Instead of trying to remember the morning chores before I've had my coffee, the landscape holds them for me.
Thirsty in the room, each card a funny reminder. Check your list each day, but the only thing I harvest is laughter on delay.
Right here on the Feathered Guild list, at dawn, scrub the ducks pond. At midday, let the ladies out for bug patrol. And at dusk, lock down and collect the hoard. Eggs.
And laughter at your back, a sprinkle of the whimsy as you dance along the rows. Let the blooms remind you, even if your memory goes.
There's a card for the greenhouse watering, a card for Winston for his feeding and tick checks, and also one for the harvest zones. This card, the Ranger's Watch. It's basically the first principle of permaculture, observe and interact. So it just reminds me to look when I go outside. Another card I made up was for the permaculture compost engine. So this one helps me remember to turn my compost when I need to. It's just a big checklist. By placing the instructions where the work happens, my mind is completely free. Permaculture is all about designing systems that care for the earth, care for people, and return the surplus. Good boy. But you can't care for the earth if your mind is chaotic. The Shire Almanac, the ledger, the boards, and the cards take all the heavy lifting out of remembering. The system does the thinking, so you can just enjoy the growing. So, if you're ready to stop stressing over what you forgot to water and start designing a garden that flows naturally, hit that subscribe button and join the fellowship. And if you want to support the channel, check out the Speak Friend and Garden gear in the link below. Until next time, may the land hold your memory. Here's your card, Winston. Can you guard it for me, please? Good boy. Good boy. This reminds me to feed you, give you water, check for ticks, worms, that type of stuff. Is that okay? Do you concur? Okay. I'll take it back.
But I stared at a tree in the placid hills sun and thought, when in the world was this planting outdone? So speak, friend and garden, and put down the spade. Let the system remember the choices you made. Wait, did I leave my yo-yo in the compost? Right.